This show is clean.
Hi.
Pretty much.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 738. Hello, it's Mike Matthews broadcasting from the last place on earth located somewhere in PodCastro Valley, California. Today we hear from Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, the Brewmaster, plus it's the return of the much-loved feature Into an Interview, where I speak to the folk-tinged pop band called The Banner Days, featuring BRADFORD, LOOMIS, and BETH Whitney. Mike's Daily Podcast. And there's some good news today about health. My hat costs $3.50. Mike's Daily Podcast. I got it at a garage sale, and it looks so good on my head. And yesterday, Shelley Shuhart told me something that made me want to be dead, because she said that she can sing REO Speedwagon songs better than me. And then she did. She outperformed me vocally. That's such a surprise. But you know what? I just have to deal with a crappy voice. Mike's Daily Podcast. That's what we just have to do it. Sometimes we just have to go, wow. That's how it is. This is the cards I've been dealt. I need a hat. Mike's. Because I'm bald. Daily. And I just got a little podcast draft that hit my head. Yeah! A little cold. But not really, because it's a warm day here in PodCastro Valley, California. And I'm hearing sledgehammers up the street. Look who just walked in. Hi, Mike. It's Benita, the rodeo queen. How you doing?
And it's a disgruntled fiddle player, tell you what.
What?
Yeah, I hear a sledgehammer, too. They're not going to tear apart the last place on earth, are they?
I hope not. No, I love this place. It's great. Look at all the people here hanging out. There's Basil the boxer, but he wants to leave. You know, Basil and I were walking yesterday, and there's some nice people down the street, and they were saying, hey, cool dog. And I'm like, thanks. And they had their dog out there, and the dogs sniffed each other. And, you know, it's wonderful. Dog owners just immediately have an instant rapport, and they can speak to each other. We spoke about how they were tearing up their lawn, and because they got incentives from our East Bay MUD, our municipal water district, what we call East Bay MUD. So they handle all the water. Of course, they don't want us to use so much water, so they're giving us incentives, actual financial rebates and such, to tear out the grass on our front lawns and put a drip irrigation system.
Oh, that sounds like a bunch of hippie speak.
No, it's important. You know, here in California, we get all our water from, well, places that are basically dwindling and disappearing. So we need to not have so much of the 1950s green lawns. That's fine with me. That means I hear less lawnmowers. And I, unfortunately, still hear the damn leaf blowers. Mike, I hate those too. I'd rather hear Basil the boxer singing me to sleep. Yeah, see, now that is beautiful. It's lulling. It's lulling me. Look who else just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. I make the root beer. I'm the brewmaster. Oh, boy.
Brewmaster, so tell me the root beer that you made for today.
Today, I made a special root beer for the special occasion that is going on today.
Yes, it is a special occasion. It's a special happening. A special thing. There's absolutely nothing going on. Just some guy with a sledgehammer up the street tearing up his lawn. What the heck?
Yeah, I like that. I like when people tear up their lawns.
Why is that?
Because I believe in change, Mike Matthews. I believe in change and making things different and new.
You like to destroy things, don't you?
I'm kind of like that guy that liked to blow up stuff on the Muppet Show.
You just blew up my lawn.
It wasn't drought resistant anyways.
Yeah. What is drought resistant? That succulents, Mediterranean look. What's that? The seagrass. There's all kinds of, I don't know. Let's hear it for seagrass. That's a thing, right? That's that really bushy thing that pops up. Doesn't need any water. I like those.
Mike, that's called American grass.
Grass grows like it's out of control. It does. Yeah, when I lived in Alabama, I had to mow my lawn like 3 times a week. It was crazy.
Mike, that grass is American.
It is? How can you tell?
Because when you smell it, it has that smell of American grass.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, and then he makes me mow that American grass. Thanks a lot. Disgruntled Fiddle Player. Bow, bow, I'm not angry or nothing. Well, this is a bit of good news that overall lung cancer rates are dropping. This, according to a new analysis of nearly 500,000 Americans with lung cancer and WebMD.com. But the news was not all good. The study also found that the rates of certain types of lung cancer are increasing, according to researchers from the U.S. National Cancer Institute. Over nearly 3 decades, the overall lung cancer rate has dropped approximately 12%. The study's author, Rydell Lewis, said that while she cannot draw a definitive conclusion about what's causing the decline in lung cancer, she can infer that it's mostly due to decreases in smoking. Since 90 to 95% of lung cancers in the U.S. are caused by smoking, these changes in lung cancer rates likely reflect that fewer people are smoking. One type of lung cancer that is on the rise is called adenocarcinoma. Adenocarcinoma accounts for about 40% of all lung cancers. They usually start in the outer part of the lung. They tend to grow slower than other types of lung cancer and are more likely to be found before spreading outside the lung. The increase in this type of cancer may be due to people smoking low-tar, low-nicotine, so-called light cigarettes, and people are inhaling more deeply and smoking more just to get the amount of nicotine they were looking for, and so it actually gets into the outer area of the lungs, and that's where it starts. And she points out the gender differences in lung cancer rates are changing. The rates of lung cancer in men and women are converging, she says. They are almost the same now. The rates of lung cancer in men are going down, and the rates in women have plateaued. What do you think about this study? What do you think about this darn drought? Are you ripping your lawn out? Email me, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST-738-Americana. We read your comments on the section emails from email. Also, email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show, or if you'd like to sponsor the show, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. We also have the website, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com, where you can find links to where to listen to the show in iTunes. Subscribe to the show in iTunes, and if you comment and rate the show there, more people find out about us that way, too. There's also links to where to find us on Facebook. Like the Facebook page, and when I post a new show, share that with your friends. More people find out about us that way. There's also links to where to find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Mixcloud, Podomatic, Yelp, Tumblr, and Twitter. And don't forget the Amazon deal of the day. Click on that and buy something at a great discount. That helps us out, too. We got the blog, the Daily Podcast Picture, all my past interviews there at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Ooh, and check us out on Stitcher, too, the app for your smartphone.
Into an interview.
There.
That was an awesome sound.
Did you hear that weird thing?
Yes.
That was like you feeding back, and then, now we're all set.
All right.
We're cooking with fire now.
Nice.
Which is good. Wow, it sounded like are you in the bath?
Oh, no. I've got a mixed drink next to me, and I'm swishing it around. Sorry.
Oh, because I'm in the bath. And welcome to James Brown's hot tub.
Right.
Hot tub interviews. Ha!
Nice.
Hi, Bradford.
Well, I'm gonna have to go.
Oh, we've scared away Beth.
No.
It's Bradford Loomis and Beth Whitney. Yay!
Ooh, yay!
And your new album, The Banner Days, is coming out August 23rd on MTS Records. And explain the Banner Days name. And is that is the name of your band too, or just the album, or both?
All of the above, really.
It's a name for everything.
Yeah. Well, we've kind of, it's been an interesting progression into this project. So we, as we were writing these songs, I think we wrote the song Banner Days first. I can't remember the timeline, but we had the name. My wife came up with it actually a couple of years ago, and I always kind of wanted to use it as a project. It's a saying that means a day you would celebrate is a day you would put a banner up.
Oh.
That's a banner day.
Right.
So today we had a banner day. So it's kind of an optimistic look if you're using it as a present tense or a futuristic tense. It's a kind of an optimistic approach to whatever it is you're about to do.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. And so we liked the idea of calling the record that, but the record was really kind of a one-time thing. Beth has an amazing brand on her own. Her and her husband play together, and I have my own brand on my own. But we wrote these songs, so we wanted to try putting them out together. But then as we kept playing more and more, it makes a lot of sense. It's really, really fun. So we're like, well, what if we just, when we play together, we try to pursue this as a thing, we'll just call it the Banner Days. And so it's kind of become that too.
Oh. And how did you guys meet?
We're from the same small town, actually, which is funny because we've both been here a long time and have never run into each other. But we both had heard of each other's music, and online. So it took the international webs for us to actually meet each other.
Even though you were right next to each other.
Even though we're right next to each other. Yeah, exactly. So we, let's see, Bradford asked if my husband and I would do a show about maybe a year and a half ago. And went to the show. Bradford actually met me at the bottom of the stair to help with my gear, which is he's a total gentleman. So that put us off on the right foot. He was just, hey, can I help you with any gear? And so that's when we met, and we played the show together. I loved his stuff. He liked my stuff. And then we played another show together that winter. And, the ball just kind of kept rolling after that, after we initially met. So
Bradford's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. Yep.
I try.
Yeah.
I want to be in a band with him.
He's a great person to be in a band with. Are you a musician?
Not really. I play the keyboards a little bit, but I haven't done it in a long time. So I'm not.
Tryouts are next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I need to go where for that?
Yeah, you'll have to come to Snohomish.
Now, tell me about where you are.
Well, it's a small town. What's actually funny is I'm leading music this week at it's called Vacation Bible School, and there's lots of kids. It's kind of like day camp for kids. So I'm actually decked out in a construction outfit right now as we speak. Okay. So that doesn't answer your question, but
you have a hard hat on?
I'm in a small town. What was the question?
You have a hard hat on?
I have a hard hat on and a bright orange t-shirt, and it's
that's so fun. You're painting a picture.
Yeah. I want you to take me seriously, though.
So you're joining the village people. Is that what you're saying?
No.
I made that crack earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on the same page, Bradford.
Let me start over. I'm wearing really cool clothes, the coolest you can think of. I'm very fashionable and good looking.
Well, I noticed you wear some cool hats.
I do. I like hats.
Where do you find your hats? And this is a question I often ask on the show. Who's your haberdasher?
Well, I get a lot of hats. Well, this is kind of gross, actually. I get them from thrift stores, but then I wash them 12 times.
Oh, that's good. 12, not 11, not 13, because that would be unlucky.
That's a no. I wash them one time, but when I started thinking about it, I thought maybe I should wash them 12 times. So that's what I said. It wasn't true.
Just to get everything out. And,
yeah.
So vacation Bible School today, and that is you're doing that. That's like your job type thing.
Well, it's my husband works part-time with kids, and I join. I help. I come in, and it's really silly. Like I'm leading all the kids in these motions and these ridiculous. There's a song about hippos. It's just really.
What are the lyrics to the hippo song?
Hip 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 hippopotamus. Hip hip hip. It's
I like
it's
that.
all about the motions. Yeah.
Because
you like
hip is in the name hippopotamus.
It is.
And a hip it means so many things. Can be a part of your body, can be that you're cool.
Yeah, and we're talking about hippopotamus here. That's the only. It is not hip.
It's not hip to be a hippopotamus.
Well, it is this week.
Unless you're Henrietta Hippo. Mm-hmm. From the New Zoo Review. But,
yeah, and that's why we're so excited about the Banner Days project.
Because of hippos?
Just bringing it back.
That's a tie-in.
Because the music is awesome, and tell me about some of the people that play on this new album, The Banner Days, coming out August 23rd on MTS Records.
Yeah, so we all played on it, Beth, Aaron, and I. But then also we had an amazing drummer. His name is Luke Peterson. He did all the drum work and a lot of the percussion work, and even some group vocals. And then we had Brandon B, who is an amazing instrumentalist, solo artist, producer. He is just phenomenal. He's the type of guy that you can go in there and say, hey, we need some slide guitar on this thing, and he'll go in and he'll nail it in one take. I mean, with no part. He just makes it up as he's going, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
He's really, really easy to work with. Just a super sweet guy, and very encouraging, very calm, very funny. It was a blast working with him. So we did most of the instrumentation. Aaron's sister, so Beth's sister-in-law, Jessie Scott, she came and played violin with us as well, and so that rounded out the instrumentation.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And when did you first start writing songs together?
About a year ago.
Yeah, go ahead, Bradford.
Oh, about a year ago, at the end of last August.
Okay.
Is when we sat down and wrote My Beloved. That was the first tune that we wrote.
And you wrote it in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Easy. Just kidding.
What was the...
It doesn't usually work like that, but yeah.
What was the inspiration for it?
Well, that one was one I had started writing a couple years before, and by started writing, I had 1.5 lines of it, and the melody for that bit, and some finger picking. So I'd started it several years earlier. You can I'm not saying this very well. Okay, here we go.
You can dance like a hippopotamus.
A hippo. That might...
Hippo.
Yeah. Hippopotamus. That might jog my memory. Well, it's actually... There's a book in the Bible called Song of Solomon. Mm-hmm. And it's basically, it's a real kind of love letter. It's very romantic. So this ancient, love letter document, basically, right in the Bible. There's a couple lines in the song actually that we loosely pulled from there, and so it's really cool to use this to use this old these old words for it. So that's partly where it came from.
From the Old Testament.
From the Old Testament.
And are you both playing guitar on it?
It's the baritone ukulele, so that's mine, and then Bradford's playing the guitar on that one.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, let's play it now, shall we?
Yes.
Let's do it.
From the album The Banner Days, it's the group The Banner Days.
Mm-hmm.
Bradford, Loomis, and Beth Whitney.
You got it.
And the album comes out August 23rd. Where can they find out more info about you?
thebannerdays.com.
That's
our website, and then we're also on the Facebook, facebook.com Banner Days, and we're on Twitter as well at the Banner Days.
Oh, excellent! You're just covering all the social media bases. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And here's My Beloved on Mike's Daily Podcast.
I am yours, beloved, and you are mine. And I am overwhelmed by you. Turn your eyes from mine. My love, my perfect
stars in the sky, one by one. Mind up, my perfect one. Ever pull us asunder, no wash us away, my love, my perfect one.
My Beloved by the Banner Days as we go outside of the last place on earth where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast. Somewhere in PodCastro Valley, California, we'll talk to Bradford and Beth. Tomorrow we'll have the finale of our Into an Interview.
And here's today's podcast picture.
The picture is of Bradford, Loomis, and Beth Whitney, the Banner Days. You can see them now at the website MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Mike, he's got a big beard. He sure does. I used to have a beard, but I never got it that big. That's huge. I'm impressed. Trey, impressed.
Yeah, beards are cool. I prefer mustaches, and I prefer singing REO Speedwagon and beating you at Rock Band singing it.
I tried. I tried to sing Kevin Cronin's high-pitched vocals on Take It on the Run, Baby. It was very difficult to do.
Yeah, well, I sing it down here like a Toby Keith, you know. Take it on the run, baby. If that's the way you want, baby.
Beautiful. Tomorrow, the finale of my intern interview with Bradford, Loomis, and Beth Whitney. Plus, we'll hear from Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Email Mike now at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!
Mike, I think you should know that Basil the Boxer just relieved himself on your show.
Basil, what have I told you about not paying on the show? And Brewmaster, what have I told you about not blowing things up?
I'm sorry.
But the show's over anyway. Go ahead.
All right.